What's up, guys? Welcome back to more States of the USMNT. My name is Marvin. I am the host of this channel. For those who don't know, well, now you know. And for those who do know, well, thank you guys for joining us once again. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Greg Berhalter. We're going to kind of be recapping this previous World Cup qualifier window that we just witnessed. The game between Jamaica, Panama, well, the game that we played to close off against Costa Rica. We're going to be talking about those three games. We're going to be talking about the facts, kind of breaking down what I saw, what convinced, what didn't look convincing at all. And we're also going to be breaking down whether Berhalter is the right man to lead us to the World Cup, to lead us in the World Cup if we make it there. We're going to be talking about all that, and it's going to be a really good show, a great show today, and I definitely recommend you guys to stay. We're going to be talking about facts. We're going to be breaking it down, and we're not going to hold back. We're going to be honest, because that's what we are, and that's who we are on this channel, okay? Now, before we get into that, though, because obviously I know you guys are definitely excited to get into that, we are trying to reach one goal here. Obviously, we have two goals, like I mentioned in the previous video. One is to reach Qatar. That's all of our goals, right? Obviously, you and I can definitely agree to that. But we also have another goal on this channel, and that's to reach 1K subs, guys. We are this close. I believe we're like 70 or 65 subs away from reaching 1,000 subs, the big 1K. And the people that could get that done is you guys, the people on the other side of the screen. Now, if you guys could definitely do me that favor and smash that subscribe button for me, if you haven't already, I definitely appreciate it, guys. It doesn't cost you guys anything. As a matter of fact, it probably costs you like 2 seconds of your day. Now, with that being said, let's get into this amazing video I have for you guys. So Greg Berhalter from the US just closed out this bittersweet World Cup qualifier window of October, in my opinion. And the reason why I say it's bittersweet is because, well, depending on what type of fan you are, if you are a Greg Berhalter fanboy, if you side by Triple G, then you might be looking at this World Cup qualifier window of October like this. We came in against Jamaica. We beat them. We got 3 points. That's a win. That counts. We went into Panama, though, and we lost because it's very tough to win on the road. Plus, it's humid. It was very humid. We needed to rest players. So it's fine. It's okay. Berhalter knows what he's doing. I told you guys, we beat Costa Rica. We got 6 out of 9 points. We're in second place. So guess what? We're in the World Cup right now. That's what matters. Or you could be looking at it like this. Yeah, we did come in against Jamaica, and we beat them at home because we needed to. We needed to start off fast with the right tempo, with the right foot ahead, right? And let's be honest, Jamaica was depleted. They didn't have their stars. They weren't a star-studded team like we expected them to be. And they were away. They were depleted, so we needed to handle business. We took those 3 points. Against Panama, though, we went on the road and we dropped that game. We took the L on the road. We should have won that game. That whole BS crap about, playing on the road and the CONCACAF being tough, it's not. It's, we could win this game. Berhalter should have just came out with the core players in the beginning and then adjusted from there, sprinkled in his subs. But instead, the guy flips the squad, and then guess what? There's no chemistry. There's no gelling. There's nothing together. There's no chemistry. That's why we lost. And then against Costa Rica, well, obviously, they were an aging team. They were on their last leg, on their last tooth. I mean, let's be honest, that midfield, they were basically walking around with canes. So we needed to handle business. We needed to bounce back against that loss versus Panama. And if we didn't win, Berhalter should have been fired. In my opinion, if we didn't win that game, after Panama, he should have been fired. So depending on what type of fan are, you could be looking at it like that, either or. Right now, I feel like that's how fans are. You're either a Berhalter fan or you're against him, and there's no middle ground, it's crazy, but it is what it is, man. This is a beautiful part of the sport. Everybody has their opinions, and everybody's entitled to say what they want. And since everybody has their opinion, I'm definitely going to have my opinion about this World Cup qualifier window, guys. To be honest, yes, we did start off with the victory against Jamaica, but yeah, we needed to start off in the right foot, like I mentioned in my previous videos. This was a World Cup qualifier that if Berhalter started off with an L, he would have been fired on the spot, and with a good reason, right? We come in against a team that's depleted, doesn't have anybody. I mean, has some players, but majority of their impact players are missing. And we're at home. We got the crowd behind us. So this is a game we needed to win. So without a doubt, those 3 points against Jamaica, they needed to be in the wallet, in the bag. Against Panama, I expected the U.S. to come out and pummel Panama. I mean, I wouldn't say like beat them 3-0, 2-0, by the scoreline of that, but at least a 2-1 scoreline, a 1-0. I expected the U.S. to come out here and at least put up a fight, at least shoot against their goalkeeper or something, get an opportunity, a possibility of a goal, but we didn't even have that. So that flat-ass result there obviously takes away from that Jamaica game, in my opinion, right? Now I'm kind of like, well, was that Jamaica game for real? Or was it just because Jamaica was missing players? Like, let's be honest here, right? And then we go against the Costa Rican team here, the Costarricenses, and then we beat them, but we start off losing. We start off 1-0, right? We take a bump and a bruise early. We find a way to bounce back, but I mean, Keylor Navas was out of the game by then. And obviously that one goal that we scored, Tim Weah scored was an own goal. So the game could have easily ended in a 1-1 tie if Navas potentially was there, right? So then that's another question that comes up. I mean, are we really that good? I mean, let's be honest. Costa Rica is an aging team. They were on their last leg. We should have beat them 2-3-0, right? But instead, we come out and we concede early. Our skilled players find a way to bring us back and win the game for us. So that makes sense. Okay, but still, we're lacking an identity, something that we haven't had for a while. That's how I see it, right? Yes, we did get the points, but it's not convincing because let's be honest, against Jamaica, we needed a win. Panama, we should have won, but we were flat and there was nothing there. And against Costa Rica, well, I mean, it was a bounce back game against a very old team. So yeah, we won, but not convincing. That's what I think. That's my opinion. In other words, what I'm trying to say is I don't see Berhalter adding anything special to this team, right? To this squad. Every player brings their own style of play, right? Christian Pulisic brings that ability of just being able to create and break down defenders. Gio Reyna, just that world-class ability. Tim Weah, his speed. Serginho Dest, his technical ability, right? Every player brings their own style, their own season, their own spice. Everything nice. Berhalter just doesn't bring anything. What he does is just field the players out there and basically they take over games, whether, depending on obviously the squad he starts. And that Panama game, that's where it really truly showed for me, right? I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but that's where Berhalter needed to be able to coach a team because he didn't have that skill on the field. He didn't have that technical ability, right? He came out with a flat team. So he needed to coach that team. He needed to find a way to find an advantage schematically, but he didn't. And that's why we fucking fell on our face flat. That's what I think. Against Jamaica, our technical ability took over. And against Costa Rica, our technical and skill ability took over. That's how I see it. But for me, Berhalter doesn't add anything special to this side. If anything, I think this squad could probably benefit from a coach like Jesse Marsch if he was to, God forbid, leave RB Leipzig anytime soon. I know he's having some tough times there, but eventually I'm hoping he turns it around. But if it doesn't pan out for Jesse Marsch, I would definitely prefer his high press scheme for us. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think our players fit that high press perfectly. I mean, you got players like Gio Reyna, Brennan Aronson, Christian Pulisic, Tim Weah, high energy. I feel like they would benefit from a scheme like that. But that's just my opinion, man. I'm not trying to hate on Berhalter. I'm just being honest. The other day I was scrolling down my feed on Twitter and I stumbled upon a post that this guy posted, some random post, basically showing that the U.S. has won the second most games behind Italy only since 2018, I guess. And when I saw that, I mean, I started thinking, I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, Berhalter does have a winning record with the U.S., but let's be honest, most of those games were friendly games or games, that just really didn't matter. Granted, he did play the CNL and the Gold Cup and other previous tournaments aside from that, right? But doesn't really matter, right? What really matters to me, it's what do you do in the World Cup qualifiers or in the World Cup? Because at the end of the day, you're trying to make it to that. That's the holy grail for any international team or any international coach out there. You want to make it to the World Cup. So what are you going to do in the World Cup qualifiers when they kick off? Not in the friendlies, but in the games that matter the most. And that's what we need to be looking at. Let's not get carried away with the 14 or 16 or 18 wins that Berhalter has under the helm at the under the USMNT, right? Let's get lost in the fact that the guy's only won 3 games in these World Cup qualifiers out of 6. So basically, he's only won 50% out of his games. That's what we need to be looking at because at the end of the day, once again, like I mentioned, our main goal is to make it to the World Cup. Not to win a Gold Cup or not to win a CNL or not to win friendlies, but to make it to the World Cup. In this previous World Cup qualifier window of October, he garnered 6 points out of 9. I said we needed to get 7 out of 9. If not, it was a bust. So for me, this October window is a bust. Only 6 points. The previous one in September, the guy got 5 out of 9. Even worse. So technically, he has 11 points out of 18, if I'm not mistaken. My math could potentially fail me, and if I am incorrect, please correct me in the comment section. So yeah, 11 out of 18 points he's garnered. That leaving him with 61% of points that he's gotten so far out of the 100% of points he could potentially receive. So those 40 points he's dropped. Now, is that good enough? In my opinion, it's not. Because you don't want to drop 40% of your points in the World Cup. If you drop 40%, I think you're basically eliminated, right? But would you guys feel comfortable with potentially getting 5 point something out of potentially 9 points? That's basically dropping half of your points. That's not good enough for me. I want to go into the World Cup with a coach that I know that's going to go in there with a full set of steam, and he's going to get 6 points. He's going to get the 9 points potentially, or he's going to get some 7 points out there, but not 5. 5, you could potentially go into a playoff or barely make it into the round of 16, but it's very close. That's not good enough for me. That's what I think. At this point, some of you might be saying, oh, this guy's just a Berhalter hater. That's not the case, guys. I just want you guys to see facts. I want you guys to see how I look at things, how I break down things. And that brings up the big question. Is Triple G the right guy to lead the U.S. this generation, this once-in-a-lifetime generation into the World Cup, in the World Cup when it kicks off? And it does seem like we might be there. We just got to close off strong. God forbid, we shit the bed on the way there, but it looks like we're definitely going to be there. Is he the right guy for me? In my opinion, he's not. The guy hasn't convinced me, has had the points, has garnered the wins, has had some trophies, but it hasn't been in a convincing fashion. He has had games that, he starts off okay, has had games where it's complete dookie, has had games where the team comes out flat, they come out whatever, they start off losing, then they got to, there's just been a lot of ups and downs, and there's not a lot of continuity. There's not a lot of performance where you can say, okay, this is where we're at right now. It's been like this for me, right? So that's why I think that he's not the right guy, at least for me in the World Cup, because I don't want this coach to show up and go like this in the World Cup, right? I want to know what I'm getting. I want to know if this coach is going to take us to the World Cup and we're going to be like this. We're going to be steady. I don't want to, because this guy, like I mentioned, starts one roster, then starts another, and there's just no continuity. There's no gelling. There's no chemistry being built at times. So I don't want that. And another thing is, the way I see it is this guy's probably going to stay, whether we like it or not. Let's be honest. I mean, he's probably going to get those easy points. Might drop a couple games here and there that are going to raise some big time questions, but he's going to do enough, or the team at least, the players, the skill, the technical ability is going to do enough to win those games for him, where he's going to get those points. And people are going to say, it's fine. We're winning. He's doing the things right? When in reality, you got to look under the engine to see if the problem is there. And yeah, the problem is there. So that's what I see. I mean, the only way I see this guy being fired is if like the whole shit just goes up in fire and flames and we're losing games here and there, dropping points like crazy. But like I said, this team's not going to allow that. I mean, we're too damn talented. The players or prospects are too damn gifted to even allow that to happen. And instead of it being the coach carrying the team, it's the team carrying the coach at this point. So regardless or not, if we want this guy gone, I don't think he's going to be gone at this point. I think it's a little too late now. We're in second place. He's going to find a way to get a point or 2 points or 3 points in this World Cup qualifier window coming up, whether that's if we take an L against Mexico or we beat Mexico or we beat Jamaica. But I think he's going to stay. I think he's going to find a way to get the easy points and just find a way to slither himself in there, That's what I see. But for me, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of work to be done. We did close off this window with a win, but it wasn't convincing. It was, like I said, an aging Costa Rica team that anybody could have beat. Anybody could have came in here and just beat them. They were on their last legs. We need to do more. We definitely need to do more. Berhalter needs to do more. He needs to find a way to impact this game and not just rely on his players. I understand, one part is putting your players out there. The other is obviously putting a scheme together, but you can't just always rely on your players, man. You gotta find a way to outsmart the other coach, out-scheme the other coach, and win games that way as well. But with that being said, guys, these are my thoughts. I'm happy for the team. I'm excited. I'm happy for the players, excited for the players, but that's what I think right now, guys. That's my opinion. And I want to hear your guys's. Do you guys really truly think that Berhalter is the right guy to lead us to the World Cup, to lead us in the World Cup if we do make it? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Aside from that, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Remember, we are road to Qatar, but we are also road to 1,000 subscribers. And also, don't forget, I did not forget about the giveaway, guys. We are giving away that Chelsea jersey and the FIFA copy of 2022 for free. So make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, share the content, follow us on our socials, and just do anything positive to impact the channel positively, I guess. And you're in it to win it.